fun. So if you're considering this gear and you were sort of on the fence, let me tell you. Let's launch the drone. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Fly and Ride here. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through all of the heated gear that I use to stay riding all winter long here in the Northeast. It is about 13 degrees outside Fahrenheit. It's minus 5 degrees below zero. That's what it feels like. Plus, when you add in riding, it's probably going to feel like minus 20, minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And I not only wanted to give you a review of the heated gear that I use, how I connect it to the bikes, but we're going to go out for a quick ride and see if this heated gear holds up under these extreme temperatures, and I'm taking you with me. If you're new to the channel, I'm Fly and Ride, and on this channel I focus on motovlogs, ride videos, ride reviews, all on my 2020 Street Glide CVO called Sandstorm that you see right here, and on my 2022 BMW R1250 GS called Airwolf that you see right there. I feature cinematic drone footage flying my DJI Mavic 3 drone, and we do group rides, destination rides, product upgrades, product reviews like the one we're talking about here, all here in the channel. So do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification so you can be reminded of future content. We are in the F&R garage. As you can see, major construction still going on in the house, so pardon the mess. I've got my channel here, over 175 uploads for your viewing pleasure. So if you're here for the first time, go check out the channel. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. All right, so first things first, I want to show you how I connect the heated gear to each of my bikes. We'll start there, and then I'm going to walk through all of the gear that I actually use, and then I'm going to put it on and we're going to go out for a quick ride. All right, so as you can see right here, this is an actual plug, and I'm going to leave the link to this plug in the description of the video here below so you can use it. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and purchase it, or feel free to hit me down in the comments if you have any questions. The cool thing about this plug right here is your heated gear, and I use Gerbing, plugs directly here into the bike. This way, I don't have to worry about the battery running out, and particularly for these extreme temperatures that we have going on right now, and I'm going to show you here on the screen so you can see the temperature and the windshield and all of that. You want something that is just not going to die, and plugging it in is really the preferred option, and I think the best option. And I've tested a bunch of battery powered. As a matter of fact, I actually use a battery powered sock that I'm going to show you here in a minute that I highly recommend. And by the way, full disclaimer, none of the stuff that I'm talking to you about here is either sponsored and or supported. I purchased it with my own money, and these are my impressions and my opinions from now having using these products, frankly, over the last 2 years here in the Northeast. So anyway, this plug I think is the best way to do it, and I'm going to show you how that plugs in here in a second. And then on Airwolf, I actually use, these are the pants I'm going to talk about here. You can tell right here, this plug right here, it connects to the connection that comes here, so you can use a battery tender. So you can obviously charge up your battery. So there's an extension that they sell that you can connect it directly here to where the battery tender typically goes, and then you have yourself the plug that actually connects to the heated gear. And again, I'll show you that here in a second. All right, so for temperatures like today, I'll start off with socks. Obviously, the most important areas that you want to keep warm is obviously your feet, your head, and then of course the core of your body, and I'll walk you through. So these are heated socks that I actually use for skiing. It's called, the company is called Snow Deer. There's a lot of different options out there. As a matter of fact, I think Gerbing also makes this. But the cool thing about this is you've got the plug right here. You can turn it on. You got different settings. That's maximum, medium, and low. And then you just press and hold and it shuts it off. And this will keep your feet pretty warm probably for about 3 to 4 hours realistically. I'm not sure about these cold temperatures. And then I always like to have extra batteries that go in here. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So you can actually order these batteries and then just charge them up and then have some extra batteries. So if you run out, you can just change the batteries and then you've got yourself a good 5 or 6 hours in your long trip. I think the other important thing, so it starts, I'm starting off with the feet. I wear a pair of cold weather long johns here. This happens to be Under Armour. You can use any brand. And then for today, because it's really cold, I'm also using a sweat pant, and then on top of the sweat pant, I'm using these lined pants, and I got these in Amazon. Yeah, I can't really tell the name of the brand here, but look, you can tell that these are lined, and they're also waterproof and windproof. So I'll put this on, and that takes care of the bottom part of my body. And then for the top part of my body, I've got, again, this is 32 below. They sell this at Costco, but you can get different ones. I'll wear this underneath. And then this is the main part. This is the Gerbing heated jacket. So I'll wear that on top of the Under Armour. And then I will use a heavy duty jacket to wear on top of it. You know, typically I'll wear, you could wear something like this, which of course I have. This is a skiing jacket that I use. I'm not going to be using that today. I'll show you the jacket that I'm using here in a minute, which again is rated for really cold temperatures, and more importantly, it's windproof, which is going to be really the most important factor for today. And then if you keep moving up, I wear this basically over my head. It's also made by Under Armour. There's different brands on here. And then after that, I'm using the Neotech 2. It's a modular helmet. Of course, I've got the camera on here today. Oh, I should have mentioned on my feet. I'm using these. I bought these from RevZilla. These are called brand by the name of Forma. And I use this typically whenever I'm going to go on Airwolf, not necessarily on Sandstorm. But again, these are also pretty heavy duty. No wind gets through, completely waterproof. So that's what I'll be using on my feet today. And then as far as gloves, this is also Gerbing heated gear. So this plugs in to the jacket that you see right here. And then once you have all of that set up, you basically take this plug that's right here. And this is what plugs into either this connection point here or the other one that I just showed you on Airwolf. So that's the gear that I typically use, frankly, all winter long. And depending on how cold it's going to be, I'll either layer up or layer down. But those are the basic fundamentals that I use for winter riding here in my area. So this is the coldest that I've ever ridden any of my motorcycles. Again, it's 13 degrees, -5 below with the windshield. And of course, once you factor in the wind on the bike, and I'm using Sandstorm, so I've got even less protection, I don't know how it's going to feel if, in fact, this Gerbing gear does the job for these extreme temperatures. And hopefully, if you're considering riding either on these type of extreme temperatures or roughly around the 30s, this will be another point you can leverage as you consider either purchasing or, testing out, a bunch of different gear for riding in these type of extreme temperatures. So let's get dressed, and then we're going to take the bike out. Heated socks engaged. And I got to tell you, the minute you turn these on, you start to feel your feet already warm up. All right, so now I got to put my sweatpants on top of my long johns here. One-handed, all for your view and pleasure. All right, stay tuned. I'll spare you these. All right, pants on, sweats, Under Armour. Now we buckle in the boots. Nice. All right, nice and toasty. Now let's put this jacket on. That's the Gerbing heated jacket. All right, jacket is on. So this is the jacket that I told you about. This is made by a company called Cryptek. It's actually a hunting gear company. And this jacket is just absolutely awesome. It's super thin, but super warm and made for these type of temperatures. And again, it's windproof. All right, ready to go. I've got my headgear. The helmet's gonna go right on top of this one. I've got a neck gaiter on, so no skin is gonna be exposed, which is gonna be really important under these temperatures. I've got the long john. I've got the Under Armour underneath. I've got the heated jacket, and I've got, of course, this Cryptek jacket on. Boots, heated gear, heated socks, Under Armour sweatpants, and then of course lined pants. And I've got the last piece is the gloves that go here, and we're ready to roll. All right, the bike is ready to go. Got my heated gloves here. About to put on my helmet. I'm gonna put the 360 on, give you a nice view from the front. So not a lot of talking while I'm riding. I'm just gonna go to different destinations. And then what I'll do is I'll stop at different places and just tell you how I'm feeling. Am I feeling cold, warm? Just give you, again, my overall assessment of what it's like to ride in these kind of temperatures. More importantly, really testing this gear and putting it to the limit. So hopefully you enjoy. And then what I'll do is, at the end, I'll come back and just kind of give you my overall assessment of what I thought of the entire ride experience. Let's roll. All right, so I'm stopped on a nice hard pack road here. I'm gonna take it for about an hour. I'm not gonna show you that entire ride for an hour. I'll show you some of these roads here with some cool 360 views. I'll stop, give you an update and tell you how the heated gear is holding up. And then we'll stop at the end, we'll wrap it up. I'll launch the drone, show you some really cool footage. And then I'll give you my overall thoughts and impressions on what I think about this Gerbing here in these extreme temperatures of 13 degrees Fahrenheit, -5 below zero with the windshield, and probably even colder with the wind. So let's go. All right, so like I said, this is my first stop. I've been riding for about, I want to say about 45 minutes or so. And so far, no cold, socks are working great, underpants are working great, chest feels good, nice and warm, head feels nice and warm, and the gloves feel just right. And I've got the heated grips on the high setting, so you literally start to feel that heat coming through the gloves. So the cool thing is, the heated grips, you feel it here, and then the top is the heated glove. It warms up this whole part. Plus you got the wind protection, and I'm telling you, it feels great even under these extreme temperatures. So far so good. I'm gonna ride for about another hour or so, and then I'll stop there at the end. I'll launch the drone and then wrap it up and give you my overall impressions of what I think about this Gerbing gear. Let's roll. All right, so we're gonna stop right here and give you my my update on what I think about this Gerbing gear. But before I do, I want to launch the drone and show you how cool this area looks with this new Mavic 3 camera. Let's launch the drone. Battery died, so I'm going to finish up here on my iPhone. As you can tell, thin ice, completely frozen, super cold out, and I think this Gerbing gear, let me tell you, it did its thing. Hopefully you can hear me here with the wind, but I was very impressed. I was not cold at all. Overall, it felt great. So look, obviously it's a short ride, and the gear held up perfectly fine. So if you're considering this gear and you were sort of on the fence, let me tell you, even under these extreme temperatures, it works. I felt great, and I was hauling there in a few of those roads, and the jacket and everything else was doing its job, and that wind was not breaking through, and I was not cold. So a big thumbs up for the Gerbing heated gear. So highly recommended. I'm gonna wrap up this video. You can tell this is completely frozen here. Nice. So do me a favor, if you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification so you can be reminded of future content like this one. Thanks for watching.